Alright guys, this is the section 6.1 practice problem video. Let's take a look at it. So in section 6.1 there's three types of problems. There's problems that use the work equation triangle, the power equation triangle, and then there's those that use the power work combo equation. So let's take a look at the first two. So these two problems use either the work equation triangle or the power equation triangle. So just like the other problems we've looked at, the steps for setting these up are the exact same. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to identify the numbers in the problem. So in this one it says a force of 20 newtons is applied to a cart. This force moves the cart 25 meters. How much work was done? So in this problem we have our force and our displacement, and we're trying to figure out how much work was done. So since to use an equation triangle, what you do is you cover up what the problem's asking for, which in this case is our work, and look at what's left over. We have our force and our displacement beside each other. Whenever they're beside each other, we're going to multiply. So in this problem, we have our force, which is 20, multiplied by our displacement, which is 25. And if you multiply those two values, 20 times 25 is going to give us 500 joules of work. Now, for the second problem, we follow a similar pattern. So we read the problem and identify what numbers we have. A truck does 2,500 joules of work in 32 seconds. How much power did this truck have? So like before, we start off looking at what the problem is asking for. How much power did the truck have? So we look at the power, kind of cover that up, and we've now have, let's see here, let's go with red. We now have work and time on top of each other. Because these are on top of each other, we need to divide. So we do work divided by time. So in this case, that's going to be 2,500 divided by 32 seconds, which if we put that in our calculator, 2,500 divided by 32 in this problem gives us 78.125 watts of power. Okay, so in both of these, they're just standard equation triangle problems. But in this assignment, there are about 4 or 5 problems that are work-power combo problems. Okay, as you see in the equation sheet that's at the top of our assignment, we have this part right here, where power equals work over time, but we need to remember that work is equal to force times distance. Okay, work is equal to force times distance, which means the power equation can also be equal to force times distance divided by time. So these problems aren't that hard, honestly, because we're just trying to find the power, and we can do that if we have our force, distance, and our time. Okay, so essentially, if it's asking for power, but it has force and displacement in there, okay, we can't use our triangle, but we can use our combo equation. And let's do just that in this problem. So just like in the others, we need to look at what numbers we have and figure out what part of the equation they go with. So it says here, an athlete pulls a truck tire 40 meters by applying a force of 200 newtons to it. How much power does the athlete have if he did this in 12.2 seconds? So in this one, since it's not an equation triangle problem, I'm going to do a little more labeling than in the last ones. So the 40 meters, that is our displacement. The 200 newtons is our force. And the 12.2 seconds, that is our time. Okay, and how much power, that's what we're looking for. So we need to plug these numbers into our power work combo equation. Okay, so remember this top part, this is our work. Okay, just in case y'all hadn't figured that out yet. So we're going to plug these three numbers into our work-power combo equation. So for our force, we have 200. Our displacement is 40. And that's all divided by our time, which is 12.2 seconds. So with this, we're going to plug this into our calculator. I like to show as much work as possible, so what I'm going to do is do the top part first. We're going to simplify by multiplying the top part. 200 times 40 gives me 8,000. So I've got 8,000 now divided by 12.2. Now, I'm going to do my last step, which is to divide these two numbers, and that's going to be my answer. So 8,000 divided by 12.2 gives me my answer, which in this problem, how much power do we have? We have 655.74 watts. And in that problem, that's our answer. Okay, so if it's asking for power, and you have force, displacement, and time, basically newtons, meters, and seconds, you use our combo equation, which is power equals force times distance divided by time. So those three types of problems are all you'll find on 6.1. Check out the video that's there as well, and as usual, let me know if you have questions. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.